Hi, this is Mark Oelze with Pledge Talk and another communication tip. So I'm sitting here with my guitar. About 16 years ago, I purchased this and another one for my son who was 8 years old at the time. He wanted to learn how to play guitar. So we set out to take lessons together from a wonderful instructor here in Wichita. And it was a long 6 months, 8 months, 9 months. He was so far on down the road past me, my son was, that I could never catch up, never have caught up. I know a few chords is about all. But he has become basically, he's a semi-professional, really close to being a professional guitarist living in New York City. He's mastered the 6-string, the 7-string guitar, living in Brazil a couple, 2 or 3 years. And he loves playing. He has probably one of the best instructors in New York City teaching him. And he plays alongside of him in restaurants and other venues, does a wonderful job. Why am I telling you all this? How does this relate to communication? Well, I was out visiting with him just a few weeks ago in New York City, and I got out of the shower and was getting ready for the morning, and I could hear my son playing scales. You know, do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, and coming back down again. Even a little bit slower than that. Scales. And he kept playing scales for like 20 minutes. You have to understand, my son knows literally hundreds of songs in Portuguese, in English. He can play with any different groups of people. He is amazing at guitar. And here he is spending 20 minutes practicing the scales. And I said, Micah, what are you doing that for? He said, Dad, I do that every morning for 20 minutes. And if I was a professional musician, I'd be doing this, practicing my scales. I'd be doing this every day for an hour to an hour and a half. My eyes just went, what? Are you serious? This is the core? He said, yeah, this is the core, the basics. If you don't keep those basics tuned really, really well, no pun intended, if you don't master them and keep them mastered daily, you will lose the cutting edge of being a great musician. So I thought, wow, this is how it relates to communication. If you and I want to be masters at communication, and I do, and I hope you do as well. I hope, in fact, that's why you're watching this and the other Pledge Talk communication tips, because I hope you want to be a master at communication. Meaning, I hope you want to really, I hope you do it because you really care for people and because you want to love well in the way you communicate. And you want to create opportunities for significant connection and the deepening of relationships. Well, I'm here to tell you, if you want to do that, you have to absolutely practice again and again and again daily the core aspects of how to communicate well. Here in Pledge Talk, or in the Pledge Talk learning community, if you're a part of that, or when I teach on Pledge, it means using and practicing again and again and again the 6 core principles of Pledge. And I'll go over them really quickly for you. It's pause to shift your focus. When you're in a conversation, pause and remember that other people have a story to share, not just you. Listen then to understand, not to defend. Echo back what you're hearing to clarify if you've heard correctly. Disarm, the 4th step, disarm any tension if you're in a conflict by validating the other person's perspective. And then, and only then, only after you've paused, listened, echoed, and validated, can you ask to give your perspective on a matter. And then the last one is to engage in these principles daily to enhance your communication, your connections, and your relationships, and to process conflict. 6 steps. I want to invite you right now, if you want to learn more, and I hope you do, go to PLEDGEtalk.com, where you will see, you can watch 6 videos that I teach, short videos on each step, and learn how they all work together in sequence so you can become a master communicator. So I would invite you to do that. And today and this week, we're going to practice the that scale of those 6 steps. We're going to just practice using the first step, pause. So throughout the day, throughout this week, keep pausing. You want to say something, you want to jump in, you want to interrupt, pause. Keep quiet and keep listening. You're in a conflict, pause before you say something or do something harmful or hurtful. Practice pausing all week long. Now, I know you're wondering, can I really even play this thing at all? Well, actually, I can. I can play a G chord. I can play a C chord. And I can even play a D chord back to a G chord. So, yeah, I can play guitar. Well, thanks for listening. Mark Oelze with Pledge Talk, another communication tip. Hey, if this has been helpful to you and you want to share it with others and get other people to also be watching the videos to learn how you can both communicate really well together, go to PLEDGEtalk.com and or share this with others, and that'll help us. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.